the Lord. If you're a Christian, we say Lord as Christians. Whatever you say as a Muslim, just ask God that he should give you the grace to see and to do. Those two things, if that's all you remember about your session with me today, I'll be very happy. The right, the permission to fail, and the grace to see and to do. All right, let's go to the very first one. What was the first one? Can you help me?
Have the permission to fail.
Excellent. So let's start with the first one. You don't mind if I walk around a bit. I'm not very good with just sitting down in one place. Now, when I say you have the right to fail and you have the permission to fail, I'm not saying that you shouldn't work hard in whatever you do. I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard with your studies. I think it's very important to work hard. Actually, that is where the permission to fail comes from. It helps, you know, when you have made a mistake with something, do you understand? The important thing is, what can I learn from this mistake? I've made this mistake. What can I learn from it? It is what you learn from the mistake that takes it away from being a failure. Learn something from it. When you learn from it, then you take away the sting, I guess, of what you would then call a failure. What making mistakes, what failing at something does for you is that it makes you then put effort into what it is that you're doing so that next time you do it better. Am I making sense? For instance, if you're not very good with your multiplication table, all right? And when somebody asks you, what is 7 times 7? Hey, Father, in the mighty name of Jesus. 7 times 7. 49. Excellent. But if you said 47 instead of 49, what I will say to you is, well done. At least you got the fourth part of it. Now, let's check and get the correct answer. I don't want you to think that you're a dunce or you're a fool because you said 47 instead of 49. Do you understand what I'm saying? What you then do is go back to your times table and look at it. Wait a minute. Teacher said, so you look, it's 49. But because you have been through that stage of, you got it wrong, you went to check, you will always remember that it is 49. Permission to fail. Permission to fail does not mean, to be honest, does not mean that you are a failure. That's another way of crafting it. Permission to fail does not mean you're a failure. And I'll go to a story that my mom shared with me. My mom, she was the one who actually taught me that phrase, permission to fail. Years ago, she became, by the time, she was one of Nigeria's earliest medical doctors. She, the earliest female medical doctors. Those before her were licentiates, people like Dr. Awofeso, but she was the first graduate medical doctor, and she was very particular about it. She was very happy about it, that she was the first graduate female medical doctor that we would have in this country. But why did it mean so much to her? Because when she was taking her exams to qualify as a medical doctor way back then, the first time she took the exam, she failed. The first time she took the exam, she failed. She was in England, in Liverpool. And she said that she was so shattered by that failure that her sisters, her elder sister was in Oxford at the time. Her elder sister came to stay with her. She was so racked by the fact that she had failed her final year exams. And they had a meltdown. She practically had a breakdown. But her elder sister stayed with her until she was okay. And she took the exam again, and she passed with flying colors. Now, what has that got to do with what we are, with what I'm trying to talk to you about today? What she passed on to me was that permission to fail. Because years later, I was on stage as an actress at a place that is being reconstructed now in Oneko. This was in Tech Theatre, they called it at the time. And I was working with some of the top actors in Nigeria at the time. There was Iria Enakimo, there was Ayo Lijadu, and then there were two other people, and I was like playing the lead actress in the play. And all of a sudden, before a paying audience, an audience that had paid money to watch the show, all of a sudden I forgot every single line I had to say. Every single line. I couldn't remember anything. I forgot, and I stood on that stage trying to remember. I didn't remember anything. I was totally blank. You won't believe it. Do you know what I did? I ran off the stage. I ran backstage, and I cried. I said, oh my, I was crying like a baby. So the costume person, Edith Jane Azu, came backstage, held me, and said, sis, what is it? I said, I forgot my lines. I said, calm down, breathe, just breathe, just keep breathing. And then I went back on stage. Now, at that time, I had lines that I should have said on that stage, but my other actors had covered up for me. They were saying lines and all that, and then they came, I went back, I joined them, and we continued with the play. But, do you know what I learned from what happened? I now played back what had happened. Why had I forgotten my line? It's very unlike me. One, I hadn't been sleeping properly. Two, I hadn't been eating properly. Those two things I learned from that experience. It has never happened again. Now, it's not that it has never happened on the stage and don't remember. Yes, it happens. I get on stage and don't remember. But I don't run off crying. I just breathe and get into the flow, make up the line until I get back to what it is that I'm supposed to be saying. But that permission to fail was a strength. All right? So what you celebrate in your life, celebrate the effort that you make in whatever it is that you do. And I'm speaking to parents who can hear me as well. Celebrate the effort that your children make in whatever it is that they do. Are you reading? Are you finding it difficult to read? Are you finding it difficult to enjoy reading? Keep trying. Don't stop. find books that you like, find stories that you like. Because they keep saying to us that we don't have a reading culture. And I think it's because sometimes we don't get to see stories that we like. Do you understand? There are stories we like, there are subjects that we like, that we can read. For instance, I love biographies. I love geopolitics. I love history. So nothing says that I have to read a novel all the time. What if I don't like the novel? Do you understand? I just don't get the novel. What if I love read? By the way, I love reading novels. You can sell me with reading novels as long as I like the subject matter. Do you understand? But I also like history. I also like geopolitics. Who has an idea of what geopolitics is? Let's wake you up a bit. Do you have an idea of what geopolitics is? Geopolitics? No, nobody wants to try. Geopolitics. Just try. Just try. Yes.
Government.
Yes. Very good. He said that geopolitics is just like government. Yes. Anybody else? Yes, my dear. Can I get a second here, please? Yes, please go ahead.
Geopolitics is the atmospheric condition of a political activity in a given country.
Wow. The atmospheric condition, please say it again.
Geopolitics can be defined as the atmospheric condition of the political activity of a given country or society.
Wow. Even I should come up with a better, the atmospheric, okay. So, in other words, what he is saying, what they are both saying, because he said it has to do with government, he says political condition, yes? And they are, so it has to do with politics, it has to do with government, and it has to do with specific areas. That's what geopolitics is. But it also has to do with how those political issues intersect, how those political issues kind of fit in to what is happening in other parts of the world. Do you understand? That's geopolitics, and I find it very interesting. I'm always wondering how the decisions that some countries have taken, how it has affected other parts of the world. Like I said, I like history, I like biography, I like to know, I'm an actor, I like to know about the lives of other actors from different parts of the world, even from my part, and also from my part of the world. And also from my part of the world, I want to know how walked the journey that I am walking, and how they made their own decisions. Do you understand? So what is it that interests you? What is it that interests you? Don't just listen to me. What is it that interests you? Answer me. Please, can you bring a mic? Yes. What interests you? What are you interested in?
Drama.
What are you interested in? You're interested in drama. Excellent. Okay. She's interested in drama. So what kind of books should she be reading? What kind of books should she be reading? There's a young boy here. Yes.
Like literature.
Excellent. Very good. Literature. Yes. Literature. Yes. What other books?
Dramatic books.
Dramatic books. Excellent. So my question then is, do you read literature? Since you're interested in drama, bring the mic to her. Okay? Take the mic now. Do you read literature? What literature book do you like? Or have you read? Come on.
Human will.
Sorry?
Woman will.
The human will or the woman will? The woman wills. Oh wow, I have never heard of that book. Can you tell me about it? Can you give her the mic? The woman wills. Yes, that's the name of the book. Tell me about it. Very quickly.
So,
Okay, so it's a play.
yes.
Okay, good. Plays, dramatic plays are part of literature. They are part of what you will call the canon of literature. Excellent. Go ahead.
Don't read this book.
Have you read it?
Yeah, like so much.
Okay, so the little you've read.
Like about a woman in their tradition, they like there's a man who they take their children to when they give birth. So
Okay,
it tells the future about the child.
about the child. Okay.
Yes. So there's like the name of the man is Mama.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but are you giving me an idea of what the play is about? Excellent. Have you read it? The Woman Wales, have you read it? You are all correct, you are all saying it now. So all of a sudden I say, tell me what the story is about. You can't tell me. Yes?
The woman was about a girl who,
Okay.
when her parents took her to the man who's supposed to check their future.
Yes.
Her future was that if she marries, she's going to marry her blood. And any child she gives birth to, the child is going to die.
Oh wow.
So they sacrificed the girl they put her inside the evil forest. To them, the girl is supposed to die.
Okay.
But the girl did not die. Another person saved her.
Good.
She still came back to the palace, married her brother, gave birth to 9 sons,
And
and
they
they
all
keep on dying. Three.
Interesting.
Oh my word. And how did the play end?
I've not actually finished
You
the book.
haven't finished it. Has anybody else finished the play? I want to know how it ends. The Woman Wales, who wrote it? Who wrote it? Who wrote it? I beg your pardon? Okay, now you know that happens a lot. Sometimes we like a story. Does anybody know who wrote The Woman Wales in this, here on this side? Like I said, that is something that happens quite a lot. We like a story so much, we're so interested in what the story is, we forget that somebody actually wrote that story. Do you understand? So it's really important for us to always look at the title, you know, always look at, after looking at the title, to look at the author. Because somebody really put in effort to write the story that we're enjoying. So let's know who the author is, the author of the work is, okay? So if anybody remembers who wrote The Woman Wales, please let me know. I really would like to read it and find out how it ends, you know, how the book ends. Okay, so that is on one side. So she likes drama. We know one of the books that she's reading. Anybody like any other kind of book? Okay, go ahead. I love novel. You like the novel? Excellent, yes. What novel do you like? What kind of novels do you like?
Romantic novel.
Romantic. Nice one. Good, good, good. So which romantic novel are you reading now? Sorry? Which romantic novel?
I'm reading Till We Meet Again by Judith Crown.
Okay, Till We Meet Again. Another title that I know.
I know Hell Burns With You.
Okay.
Married to the Devil's Song.
Wow. I mean, you see how she's just really reeling out all those titles. Right. Now reading the novel is thank you. You know, as a young person, Barbara Cartland, there was Mills and Bowles, and there was another particular one that we were, and to be honest with you, maybe the ones that you are reading now are better than the ones we read. Because, okay, let me give you an idea. The ones we were reading in our own time, the man